A 2020 vision. What changes do we anticipate we will see to teaching and learning in the future? Additional learning spaces were seen as a central theme in creating a learning environment which helps schools move away from a teacher-led to a learner-centred model. Our design is to enable pupils to access the additional learning environment independently in order to increase motivation and cement any learning in line with research by the Joint Information Systems Committee, which states that by creating additional learning spaces, an increase in learning motivation has been seen, which is the ultimate end product. Space, according to Oblinger, can have an impact on learners by bringing them together through exploration, collaboration and discussion. By attaching pods to each classroom, pedagogy is defined by the space in which children are taught. Spaces that foster effective learning are described by Long as displaying a holistic approach to teaching and learning. Finnegan supports this theory, stating that educators may not plan exactly how these environments will be used. However, by using them, we are creating the opportunities for things to happen. The Joint Information Systems Committee draw on the importance of creating 1 or 2 pilot areas where students and staff alike may gain experience with the general management and constructing guidelines for future use. The benefits of this type of learning is described within the Teaching and Learning International Survey, which highlights how an increase in self-efficacy is seen in pupils that have experience in student-oriented teaching practices within less orderly classroom structures. Burris and Miller argue that although the design of space can foster a child's imagination, thoughtful and appropriate design of space is crucial to prevent exposure to uncontrollable noise, which has a negative impact on a pupil's cognitive development, which decreases memory, language, and reading skills. Our current formal learning environment seems to stifle pupils' learning. Although research is still in its infancy, Brooks observed that physical space alone can improve students' learning even beyond their abilities when measured by standardised test scores. Oblinger discusses the use of formal learning and how a row of chairs facing a teacher conveys the pedagogical approach of talk and listen. However, by using an additional learning space, he further discusses that pupils act differently, exhibiting a newfound freedom, enabling creativity. He further analysed the levels of engagement, stating how this increased, allowing the learning process to flow. The National Foundation for Educational Research found that attitudes towards education and school were positive where the environmental needs of teachers and pupils were met by providing these additional learning spaces. An additional learning space can be used to offer progression of opportunities which the Joint Information Systems Committee express is not available within a classroom. However, the additional space allows pupils and objects to move more freely, including technologies within the pod, enabling an immersive cross-disciplinary experience. Through touchscreen technology on the floor and walls, pupils will be capable of learning about the world and beyond without having to leave the safety of school.